Welcome to the bright side.
The Bright Side, a gold digger talk with Jaqueline Andrea.
Hi, my name is Jaqueline Andrea, and I am a commercial photographer and a portrait photographer, and I am also the creator and host of The Bright Side. The Bright Side is a space for entrepreneurs or people that are doing amazing things to come and tell us their story. Everything started because I had the opportunity through my work, which is photography, to meet a lot of people and to get to sit with them. I am not a small talk person. I am a let's sit down with a cup of coffee and tell me your story. So that is basically it. I just talk to people and get to be inspired by their stories. You see all these successful people being superstars on a show here in Vegas or being owners of their businesses, and you never know what happened before. How did they get to the point where they can say, you know what, I reached my goals? And when I sit down and listen to those stories, it is very interesting, very inspiring, because it is not easy. You really have to pay your dues in order to get to where you want to be, to reach your goals. And one day I just said, you know what, we need to tell those stories. And that's why I wanted to create this space where we could talk about those stories. And maybe the same way I got inspired, other people will get inspired as well. I am a very optimistic person, and I always try to see the bright side of stories, the positive side. There's always a nice or good outcome for anything that happens in life. I always repeat that to myself. Well, what is the bright side? Also, with my children, every time something bad happens or there's a learning experience, I usually ask them, so what did you learn? And they laugh most of the time because they did learn something, at least not to do what they were doing. So I use that in my everyday life, and I feel that it's a very good way to live, in my very own opinion, because there is always a good side of anything that can be happening. And I believe in the learning experience. And that's why I like so much that phrase that goes, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. There was one moment that really pushed me to do this, and I want to say thank you to this person because I am naming him now my mentor. He's just this super energetic, positive thinker. He once came to the studio for a photo shoot, and I remember sharing with him my ideas, and I said, I really want to do TV. I really want to start doing some video, but I'm scared because I don't know if my English is really good looking. He just looked at me and said, I think you can do it. Of course, he gave me like a 45-minute lecture of why I should do it, why I shouldn't stop myself and believe in myself. After that conversation, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And that was back in March in last year, 2019. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then something will stop me. And most of the time it was in my mind. Nothing physical, nothing. It was in my mind. I was just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. What if people don't understand what I'm saying? By the way, I hope you understand what I'm saying. But what if people don't understand? Or what if I'm talking and I start like, I don't know, stuttering? And I was afraid. I'm gonna say his name. My mentor in this project, Jeremiah Captain, thank you, because he kept calling me and saying, how are you doing with your project? When are you going to start your project? That's why I pushed myself, because I had somebody reminding me that I was capable enough to do what I wanted to do. And of course, I have a great supporter, my husband. Because of him, I do a lot of things thanks to his support. So I feel that the language was something that I thought it was going to be something that stopped me, but here I am. And I hope they add closed caption or something. The most satisfactory thing about this project is the fact that you never know who you're going to inspire. I sat down with many of my guests that happened to be friends of mine already. And I got to ask them so many questions that sometimes I didn't get to know from them before. I do. I do get scared, but the magic of it is that it never stops me. Being scared is not a good reason for me not to do things. I believe that I can do it, and then if it fails, well, it failed, and I can just keep living nothing. I have nothing to lose. I get inspired by a lot of things, life experiences, other people's experiences, or an animal, or a baby, or something that inspires me, the emotion I want to get. But if it is into a business, I have a lot of figures that inspire me. When it comes to photography, I do admire Joel Grimes. I love his work, and I am a big fan. I got to meet him in a convention, and he's very down to earth. He's not very tall. And I really didn't get to talk to him a lot because there was a lot of people around him, but I got to shake hands and just let him know that he inspires me. And I remember I tagged him in my Instagram post, and he responded. He replied to that post, and that made me so happy. That made my day. I seriously hope he knows that he inspires me as an artist. I think that hate is a very heavy word. I feel that that is a name that they give to people that just don't like you, or they don't agree with what you were doing, or as somebody said the other day, they just want to be like you and they can't, so they hate on you. I am a mom, and every time I hear the word hate coming out of my children's mouth, I tell them, you probably don't like this person, but not hating. Hating is a little bit too much. I don't want my kids to have room for hate in their hearts. So I try to just move it a little bit. I don't hate on anyone. I don't feel I do. I asked Santa for Christmas a camera, brand new camera, but he didn't bring it. Guess I was naughty. My grandma, my abuelita, she was the sweetest. Mi abuelita siempre me decía, ay, esta niña no se está quieta. Esa era mi abuelita, my grandma. She was like, I really don't know how to translate that. It's like, oh my God, you can't stay still. It's like, oh, this kid or this girl can't stay still. So, mi abuelita. Yeah. Say it again. Ay, esta niña no se está quieta. I do want to be a billionaire, a trillionaire, of course. I'm gonna be honest. I physically look like my mom, but I totally act like my dad. I have my dad personality. My mom, she's a sweetheart, but she has this tough personality. I am more like my dad because we don't like confrontation. We don't like issues. We don't like drama. But we are very self-motivated. Whenever we want to do something, we do it. It doesn't matter what it is. And we do it, we try it, we fail, we move on. I love to dance, and whenever I'm going through something really rough, I try to look for an opportunity to dance. If I don't dance somewhere, I'll probably just dance at home. And if you ask my husband or my family, I'm always dancing. The other day, my husband found me dancing in the closet. I was putting my stuff away, and then I felt somebody watching, and I turned around, it was him. But I love to dance, and that's how I shake off all the stress, the day stress. If I had to take something from my house on fire, I'll probably first take my dogs and all my family. But if it is a thing, I'll take my pictures and my memories, because memories and time is something that we cannot get back at all. There is so much more to say. Stay tuned and catch the next episode of The Bright Side, a Gold Digger Talk, every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we will have Jeremiah Captain.
The Bright Side. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and like us on Facebook. Thumbs up if you like it.